Welcome to JB Trio Podcast, Season 6, Episode 7. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Chris, the combat kid Woodmancy.
Mark, the ancient warrior merchant.
And joining us tonight is Mr. Rick Connor. How you doing, Rick?
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
Oh, we're doing great. We're glad to have you join us. We finally got a guest on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, sure. Anytime. We're going to have a lot of fun. So, Rick, we wanted to have you on because it's been several weeks now, and you guys have basically held the top spot in the league, and last week just solidified your top spot even more. You got about a 40-point lead. So we wanted to have you on and just tell us how great you've been bowling. So we would love to talk to you. We've been trying to get you on for a while now.
Yeah, it's been a little rough sometimes with my schedule, but yeah, I've been looking forward to coming on and hanging out and chilling and talking with you guys, and finally being on the show.
Cool beans.
Yeah, you could try to tell us how that one-step delivery has changed your game.
It has.
Yeah,
It really has.
it's definitely allowed me to focus on just trying to hit my mark and the release, and it takes out a lot of other crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you guys recruited George for your team, you and Caden bringing back the team from last year. Got George on the team now, and you guys got a pretty stacked team.
Yeah, and then we still have Logan as our backup because he didn't know if he was going to come back at all. So we just George called me up and said, let's just put it together, and that's what we did. And man, George is definitely he's a solid piece of the team. I tell you what.
Yep. And we're about to come up on our first position round. We got a normal week of bowling tomorrow night.
Wait. We're not live right now. You can say that you're the best player on the team.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're live.
I tell you what, brother. I don't think so. Especially after last weekend, I had a little bit of an off week, and man, George.
Yeah, you didn't want to show up all the time. You have to let the other people.
What do you call that, Chris?
Handicap management.
Yep, exactly.
Sandbagging.
And better things, yeah.
But yeah, definitely, Rick, you've been bowling red hot. They started out with a 220 average and still holding it up. It's about maybe 212, I think, somewhere around there. So you're still bowling great. And I know you didn't have the best week, like you said last week, but still your team won that night, 26 out of 48. And it's been a hell of a start for you guys. We're coming up on a position round, not tomorrow, but the week after. We're hitting week number 9, so it's already the halfway point of the first half.
Oh, wow. It's gone by quick. I tell you what, we've put it together and showed up. We always have at least one guy, if not two, or all three of us show up when we need to. And last weekend, we all opened up with, 200s. I mean, George had a 259. I think I had a 231 and Caden a 207. We did fall off on that second game. That second game was a little rough, but everybody stepped up when they needed to and carried my ass.
Yeah. You guys joined us in the fall league last year and did pretty good. And I think you guys took 4th, if I'm not mistaken. And now you guys are ready to claim the top spot.
Yeah, we're hoping it'll last. I mean, there's still a lot of league left.
There is. That's true.
I had your team. I had pegged your team to win I think it was to win last year. And I think you did the right move. You got rid of Logan and picked up George.
Logan's like another son of mine, but boy, I tell you what, when he's on, he's dangerous. But boy, when he's off or it gets in his head, he's in trouble.
And if you had to recruit somebody to replace Logan, you couldn't have done a better job by picking up George. That's a great pickup.
Yeah, and I'll tell you though, nobody can stick that hat on the ceiling like.
Oh yeah,
like Logan.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a classic right there.
In the annals of time of our Facebook memories.
That's true.
We got that picture posted on our website.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, George is an awesome bowler, man. I'm glad we got him because he has known him for years, and boy, he's a stud. And when he's on, boy, he can beat anybody in that house.
Good timing, Rick. We are now recording, so good job here.
So yeah, it's a hell of a team you guys got, and so you guys did win. You all bowled Team 12, the men and the 10-pin, and that is a good team because they had a good week the week before. That's Cody and Sean and Gary. They didn't bowl as good as they did the week before, but you guys were solid. George was pretty solid last week, and so y'all ended up winning 26 out of 40.
I had a solid.
Yeah, you probably did.
That night, man, my stomach was rolling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let me go over real quick the bowling scores by doing the fastest 3 minutes in bowling. All right, it started off Team 15, that is Team OG, went up against Team 11, Ricky and the Two Mix, and the victor was Team OG. They brought in another sub that night, George Crenshaw, helped them out there, and they won 30 out of 48. Then we got Team 7, that is the S team. That's Chris's protege, Chris Saunders and Tina, against their parents, her parents. That is Nancy and Bob. They are on Team 16, Almost Empty Nest. And it ended up that the relatives didn't want to beat each other up, so they had a true kiss your sister night. They took 24 out of 48, so they split it right down the middle. Same thing with the next pair. Blame it on the alcohol. Team 4 bowled against Team 9, Slate's Rockheads, a battle of the two high averages. Well, nobody bowled any good, so they were low average tonight, and they both split 24 out of 48, so nobody wanted to win, so they both bowled like crap. We already discussed Team 12 against Team 6. That's Rick's team. That is Three Fingers Deep, currently in first place against Team 12, the men in the 10 pin. They won 26 out of 48. Team number 8, that is Pin High against my lowly team number 1. Well, guess what? We had our first winning night of the year. Team number 1, unbelievably, won 38 out of 48. I was in shock, as was the rest of my team. So we won the first time. And then we have team number 10. That's Put Your Thumb in It. That's Chris and them. They won against Leland's team and his wife, and not Leland's wife, but Chris's wife.
Wait, what?
Camilla and Leland. They recruited Brianna. It looked pretty dismal at first, like Chris's team was going to sweep them all 48, but it turned out that Chris's team choked it up a little bit, and they only won 28.
Brianna shot her highest game ever.
Leland bowled pretty good as well.
With 114 pins per game. Come on.
And they won. So they did win those 28 out of 48. And then lastly, we've got Team 3. It is Wicked Trio against Team 2, House Balls. So battle of the new teams with Wicked Trio coming out on top 34 out of 48. And normally we would have had Mark's team, Team 5. Slate Sloppy Seconds would have won against Team 13, which is Brian and Christian and Matthew, but they ended up taking a post bowl, which has yet to be determined. So they have not bowled yet. They are going to bowl. That is pending. They will be back next week at some point when we have the scores updated. Real quick, the top team, Three Fingers Deep with 245 points. Slate's Rockheads in second at 206.
Same.
Men in the 10 pin, 197 in third. Blame it on the alcohol, fourth at 195. Ricky and the Two Mix at 190.
Really? That's
Put Your Thumb in it, 176 in sixth place. Good Trio, 174. BD, well, this is the two teams that have yet to post bowl in 8th and 9th. BD in the pocket, team 13, 172. Slate Sloppy Seconds at 149. So those two are to be determined. 10th place, OG, 139. 11th place, Team 7, the S team, 137. Team 16, Almost Empty Nest at 135. Timmy, 134. 13th place, Who You Calling a Pinhead, climbed up out of the gutter. They're 14th, 133. Tied with them is Pin High at 133. And then 16th place, House Balls, 125.
House Balls?
House Balls. And there you have it, the fastest 3 minutes in bowling.
And you'd be happy to know, Rick, this year is the first year that we're going to do a banquet league.
What?
For the first place team.
And we're going to give out trophies, no cash this year. It's open bar, banquet.
Yeah, that'd be my luck. We'd actually win it and we'd get none of my trophies. But hey, I'd still be happy.
We'll get that trophy.
Trophy better than nothing or a kick in the shin, so we're good.
Yeah, how about a keychain?
A keychain, yeah, the keychain.
Keychain.
A keychain, and everybody else gets money.
Oh, we might do stuffed animals this year.
Oh, hey, there you go. We're upgrading in life. Oh, how about that? All right, so now we have to discuss our bracket. I have yet to take a look at the latest results. I had a glance at it, but not a whole lot. But I did see that Caden made it to the third round.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So Caden's still in, yeah. I did not see if Rick made it, though.
Oh,
I know that Mark and Chris are out, and I think I may be in it, too. But I'm going to go ahead and let Chris take over. Chris, if you got the update to
Yes, I do.
that. All right, let's
Okay, guys, this is going to be good. If you can imagine the type of people that are currently still alive in this bracket, it's actually pretty entertaining. It's actually going to come out to a really good fight and a good outcome. So, first round, we have Fred Williams versus Bob Davis. Fred Williams took the win with 705 to a 639.
He's been on fire.
Yeah. Next bracket with Fred will be going against the next one, which consists of Greg Charlton versus Michael Insline. Greg took the win with a 737 over a 641.
They both good.
Greg will be going against Fred in the next bracket.
Wow, that's going to be a good match.
Yes. So in the next one, leading to that one is Ron Reynolds, which is undetermined, and Larry Hoover, who bowled a 689.
Wow, Ron's got his work cut out for him because he don't get that many pins.
Well, the winner of that one will go against the next one, Nancy Davis over Peyton McDonald. Nancy Davis saw a 669 over Peyton 634. Nancy moves on to go against either Ron or Larry.
Wow.
Next one we have Nancy Davis, man. I text Chris Saunders like, hey, your mother-in-law made it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Or no, his aunt.
Oh,
Nancy.
yeah,
no, wait. Is it the aunt?
I think it's the aunt.
I think it's the aunt.
Don't know. She would tell us.
Yeah.
She'd get mad at us first from forgetting.
Next one with the sub, yet again, Carol Williams, or was it James?
James. Yeah.
James shot a 588 to fill the point 704. Phil's moved on.
Wow, Phil made it.
Yep. He actually bowled like a 600 series that he hadn't been bowling in a while. So he was very pleased with himself.
Oh, so that's what held up your team the other day.
No, it was me. Next one is Caden Connor versus Anna Marie Davis. Caden Connor shot 657 to Anna 615. Caden will be going against Phil LaPointe in the third round.
Wow, that's going to be a hell of a match there.
Yeah.
Two 190 bowlers. Heads up.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a boy, Caden.
Yeah, exactly.
Losing bracket will consist of Tina Clay, Garrett Williams, and Matthew Macy. Tina Clay shot a 596. Garrett Williams shot a 577. And where Matthew Macy bowls over a 597, he will move on.
So we got to hold on that one. Okay.
Yes. The next one is Craig Voring, 622. Kyle Howell has not bowled yet. And then you have myself, the GG, the comeback kid, the Woodmancy of all Woodmancies, Chris with a 727.
Oh, so it's looking like you're going to win that bracket. Maybe. Yeah. Depends on what Kyle does.
Yeah, no. I mean, if I could put my name there, I would. Because it's a done deal. All right, next bracket, we have Brian Brimmerman, which is undefined, has not bowled yet. Nick Hickey with a 735.
Damn.
And a loser that we don't speak of, Mark Mercer.
Oh, Mark didn't make it.
Mark hasn't bowled yet.
I haven't bowled yet.
Oh, you haven't bowled yet. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Mark has to bowl 736. 736, Mark has to beat.
Damn, and you got to beat Brian, whatever Brian bowls.
Yeah.
Damn.
You got
Mark, get your work cut out for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, next one, which we do have a winner of this one. Amanda Cunningham, right? Right?
Yes.
Cunningham or Cunning?
Yeah. Cunningham.
All right. Amanda Cunningham with a 668, Darren McHenry with a 631, and Patrick Manny with a 611. Amanda takes the win.
Oh, right. So she moves on.
Did he say Cunningham?
He keeps pronouncing it's Cunningham, but he's like emphasizing the first part of her name.
Oh, Cunningham.
I thought he said Cummingham. I really did. I was like, did he just say Cummingham? Are you kidding me?
This one will intrigue y'all to the most. I did the math 3 times on this side, on the right side of the brackets, and I came with the same answer, and I couldn't believe it with my own eyes. Like, this is happening. So first match, we have George Martinez versus Michael Henderson. George bowled a 661 to Michael Henderson 649.
All right. That sounds about right.
Go, George.
We had Tim Chrissy with a 727. Chris Saunders with a 654. Tim Creasy will go against George Martinez.
Oh, so that was. Oh, this is okay. So this is the winners bracket. Okay.
This is the winners bracket. Yep.
So who won to get? Could you repeat that?
Yeah, Michael George Martinez over Michael Henderson.
Okay.
And then Tim Chrissy over Chris Saunders.
Oh wow! So it's Tim versus
George.
George made it. Okay.
Yeah. Next one is Rick Connor, favorite person, Cody versus Lee McDonald. Cody bowled 615 to Lee McDonald 720. Lee McDonald moves on. Next one is Ricky Bobby 532 versus Tina the freaking Saunders 656. Leland. So it's Lee McDonald Jr. versus Tina freaking Saunders. Handicap versus
revenge because she beat me in poker the other night.
Yeah, so it's handicap versus scratch right there.
Nice.
Next one we have Jake Albright versus my wife. Jake bowled 642 to Camilla's 613.
Oh,
Jake moves on. Next one is Sean Taylor 612 versus Gary 621. Very close matches. Gary moves on.
Close.
Gary moves on to go against Jake. Now, here is what I've done the math multiple times, and I came up with the same answer. In the first bracket of the loser round, we have Diego Sanchez versus Zachary and Vacant. Vacant moves on.
No, they both bowled that bad. The Vacant is moves on. That's nuts.
Vacancy moves on.
Wow.
Next one we have.
I know they both didn't bowl that good, but man, I didn't know it was that bad.
It was bad. I did it over and over, and I'm like, wow.
That's insane.
I couldn't believe it. I was hoping my buddy. I was trying to give Diego some points extra, but I had to give him a lot.
So you said you gave him some pointers, and that's what happened?
No, I had to give him like extra points, like extra pins to fuck the math, but I had to give him way too much.
That's what happens when you try to give him so many pointers.
You know what's crazy? Half our prize fund is going to this thing. Imagine if the vacancy wins it.
Oh my God. Don't say it. Don't curse us.
All right, next bracket we have Tim versus Leland and Rick Connor. Tim bowled 649 as a sub for Brianna. Brianna bowled 649. Leland bowled 683 and Rick the Dick Connor bowled a 604.
Oh, Rick. Damn it.
Leland moves on.
Yeah.
Next we have Neil Hickey versus 587. Jared G 625 versus Christian Gomez have not bowled yet.
To be determined.
Yep, to be determined.
We got quite a few that are to be determined. It's like all 6 bowlers, 3 on each team is still in this thing. So we'll definitely find out a lot more after that post bowl's done.
Yes. Next one is Gino Clay, 632. Gilbert, Joe Bear, 679 versus Neil fucking Brady, 576. Joe Bear moves on.
What? Neil's out?
Neil's out. I mean, come on, that's a given. All right.
Well, I guess if his teammates in, I guess he won't be so mad, but man.
Yeah, so right now we have vacancy versus Leland, McDonald, and Joe Bear, and 2 to be decided, either Neil, Jared, or Christian.
So all 3 of our top 3 averages are out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Except for me, I'm still in. All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but you're not the top 3 though, are you?
No, it's not.
Not yet.
Thank you, Rick, for pointing that out.
Yet.
Thank you.
This is why we call him Rick.
I just had to clarify.
Yeah, and you know, Rick, there's something about your anatomy that Chris can't get over.
I know it's my pretty penis. He just always wants
their penis.
Every week he has to mention it.
He does,
Rick the Dick.
Yeah.
He showed me his bubble gum almost every night.
All right, so we're going to go over Chris's probing, but to set it up, this has been a tease of a story for many, I'd almost say years now. So apparently Rick has a story on Chris that he's been itching to tell us.
Whoa.
Well, wait a second. Does it have to do? Does anything have to do with peanut butter?
We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
I didn't prove the story.
But Chris,
y'all didn't run this by me. What story?
Before you get tortured, Chris, we're gonna let Rick take over.
Okay.
Yeah, we were bowling one night, and I don't, I'll be honest. I don't know how it even came up in the conversation, but we did find out that Chris is very fond of Coke bottles.
Oh my God, Rick, come on. Calm down. Rick.
Now, what do you call me, Chris?
This is not a true story. They just heard it wrong.
Oh, no.
It kind of changes. It gets a little better each time I hear it from Camilla. Camilla tells it really good about. We'll just leave it at this. There was a Coke bottle in the bedroom with them one night, and my understanding is it got utilized really well. And that's I'm surprised that Chris doesn't call his team Coke bottle instead of put a thumb in it. He put a Coke bottle in it.
Oh my!
But not on Camilla, but more on our buddy Chris and his rectal region.
What?
Yeah, so we'll just leave it at that and let everybody come ask Chris the story when they start seeing him around.
Let the imagination run wild.
Oh my God!
So, Chris, I do love you, brother. So I had to tell him. I got to tell the truth.
This is a wrong interpretation of the story. Right?
Oh my God! Okay, so Mark,
I'm never going to look at a Coke bottle again the same way.
Rick, they never knew about this.
One. It was the 2 liter or 3 liter. It wasn't the small one. Let's clarify that.
Okay, no. It was the Mexican Coke bottle, okay?
Wait a minute, there is a bottle? Oh my God.
Well, he's not wrong. It's just how we used it, he's wrong.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. So, okay, Mark, so we've got peanut butter. We've got fruit roll up, and now we've got a Coke bottle.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God! In that order?
No, it was actually Coke bottle first.
Oh my God!
See, I told you I wasn't lying.
Oh my God!
Chris is the first. His dog ran away from home.
Oh my!
Well, actually,
God.
the plants died when my mom used it. Once my mom used the Coke bottle as a vase.
Oh,
well, wouldn't you die if it were that Coke bottle's been?
I mean, I wouldn't want to put my mouth on it.
Oh no! Wow! What did it die of? Fertilizer?
Yeah, pretty much. Too much.
Oh my God!
Yep. Nutty fertilizer.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Rick.
God. Okay, so
we have to bowl tomorrow, Rick. We have to see each other. We have to see people.
I'm still gonna give you a big old hug.
Right, so Chris, you are hereby banned from having any bottles nearby.
Yeah.
Especially at the bowling alley. Oh my God.
Oh, well, I couldn't help it, Chris. I still love you, brother.
No one knew about that, Rick.
That's too good not to share. I'm sorry.
No one knew about that.
All right, so now it's time for Chris to get even in his favorite segments, which Mark has the intro for.
Yeah, I'll do the intro.
Funny.
Oh my God. Whew, how can you top that?
Yeah. He has this thing about you. I know that. So just don't come down the bowling alley with some peanut butter.
Rick is the Coke bottle in Chris's life.
Well, and he's always wanting to touch this real man over here. So yeah, we figured that out. He wants to know what it's like to touch a real man. So
that's what he meant by Rick the Coke bottle.
Oh my gosh.
So when he said, Rick, give me some Coke, that's what he meant.
There you go.
Never said that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Camilla should have never told me that story because I've been dying to tell it for a while.
Camilla said so? My God.
But she told it wrong. You twisted her words up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Something got twisted.
Rick is like a press. He just makes it sound more appealing.
Something got twisted, all right.
Yeah, his rectum.
He got wrecked, all right.
Oh my gosh.
So there is a story to Backdoor Man.
There you go.
There is not a story back there.
No, we have the story to put to the song.
Not a story.
Man, whew. I don't know how we can finish the show after this.
Yeah, we should just call it a day.
I don't know about y'all, but this is fun. Let's keep going.
Oh my God. All right, Chris, give us your worst.
All right, welcome to Chris Probes a Guest again with Rick the Dick Connor. Now, we all know about Rick the Dick Connor and his life of bowling. Now we're going to get to know the up-to-date Rick the Dick Connor. Now, Rick, you've had surgery on your hip. Now you're with this one-step game you're pulling. Is this going to be your normal style bowling after fully recovered?
Man, I'm going to ride this train as long as it lasts. So as long as I keep throwing some decent numbers out, and why not? Just run it while I can. And, I have another hip surgery coming in the future for my left hip, so might as well just ride it. And once I get repaired over that one, then who knows? Maybe I'll come back to stepping. But as of now, let's just keep it like it is. Simple and easy.
What if stepping, like the 5 steps pros that you use, or 4-step, what if it makes it worse? Like, what if it's like you don't like it and you just want to go back to 1 step?
Like I said, I don't know if I will because, that 4 and 5 steps, I mean, when I'm on, I'm okay, but I'm not as consistent because I have to focus on timing and everything. So that timing, if I'm worried about timing, hitting my mark, all that jazz, speed and everything, I'm tired of thinking about it. Let's just go up there and 1 step it and throw the ball and see what happens.
Nice. Okay. Now, with your team being in first, and I had felt that, Mark hasn't felt that, but Lee hasn't felt that, but I experienced the first place holding. Do you see yourself, your team, or maybe you, do you see yourself being in first all the way up?
In all honesty, if I have off nights, then no. But the good thing is I've got Caden and George that, man, when they're on, they can carry me pretty good. I mean, but I could see it maybe, but I'm not going to jinx it and say yes for sure. So, because everybody's seen me go in a slump, and y'all guys, saw me last year going a slump for, man, probably over half the season. So
it was a long time. I remember.
Yeah, we can go into slumps, and I'm not worried about Caden or George necessarily being in slumps because they may have a off night here or there, but they're both pretty solid. As long as we can just keep it going, I think we have a good shot at taking it.
Complement each other really good.
Yeah, and let me just tell you, most people that have been guests on the podcast usually go into a 3 or 4 week slump after this.
Oh, that's right.
I did hear that, and
Yes.
I said, you know what? I'm going to prove Mark wrong because I did my slump last week, and I'm going to bounce right back
break the
tomorrow.
curse.
You might be in for a 3-week slump.
I hope not. I hope it's broken.
I hope as well. I hope I can, surprise everybody, including myself, to be honest.
I hope it's as broke as a Coke bottle.
Oh
yeah, there you go.
You know how bad that would hurt if a Coke ball breaks in your ass?
Well, you'd be the one to find out, I'm sure.
We were scared about that.
Out of us 4 sitting here right now.
God. All right. So, with that being said, can you tell us who's your strong player of the team is?
Oh, man, I think that George is probably the most consistent. He's overall. Yes, he might have, I know the first couple of weeks he started out a little slow, but man, as you saw the last 3 weeks, like the first 2 weeks, he had a couple of, he bowled really good in his first league on early, and then he'd come in but then he kind of figured it out in the last 3 weeks, man. He's trying to get that anchor spot back is what it is. He's coming for it. And I told him, I said, I'm going to have to step it up and keep it for a little while longer, but he's coming after it. And then Caden, I'm telling you, when that boy gets going, he can be just as dangerous. So
he's been bowling really solid this year. I'm very impressed.
Very consistent.
I'm glad we got that under recording. Now tell us the truth. Now, who do you really think is the star player of the team?
I'm telling you, man, I'm humble. I still think that George and Caden are the top 2. I'm a little fluky right now, and I proved it last week. So I had one of my go back to the normal Rick thing. So hopefully I'll bounce right back tomorrow night. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
So this is a team that looks like you guys could be together for quite a while, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. So, not like Chris. He's on his like 5th or 6th.
I mean, Mark, I'm glad you said that. Because Ray, if I were to want to join your team, who would you kick off for me to be on your team?
Oh my God!
Oh man, that's tough because George is a close friend of mine, but then I got my son. Hello. So man, I would probably kick myself off and let you join.
Oh my God, Ray! Not the answers I want here.
Oh my God!
You know what? Next time I'm gonna give you a script, and you're just gonna say what it is on the script.
Oh my God!
Tell it where it is.
It'll be a script. A script sponsored by Coke.
Yes. Hey, it'll be bottles.
Oh,
Go.
So, with that being said, with your teammates and who your best player is, now, who is a team that you are afraid to go against, or you like to go against because of the challenge, or oh man, I don't want to go against them?
I always love going against the top bowlers because I feel like when we bowl against better or bowlers that are better or more consistent or have been in the past, it makes us bowl better. I really do. I think it challenges us to bowl a little better. I always get, it's funny because I love Neil to death, but man, he's a solid bowler. Every time I go against him, I'm like, oh crap, here we go. He's about to whoop me.
Even
And
though
I got
Neil
lucky.
bowled 576.
Yeah, I got lucky this year and I actually got to bowl against him and held my own against him for the first time like ever.
nice.
So, yeah, Neil and them, and then of course Mark and Ron's team. Those guys always, man, they put up a fight. Whether no matter who's good or bad, they're gonna run with you. And Mark and Ron and Kyle, and for some reason Kyle and Leland, those two guys have my number. Anytime I bowl either one of those guys, I don't know what it is. I cannot beat them, and so it's tough. They always bowl just enough with handicaps and everything to carry them above me, and I'm like, I'll be dang, got me again. But no, so probably Ron and Mark and Kyle, and then of course Neil's team. Those are the tougher teams. I'm excited to bowl Garrett's team. I've never got to bowl. I've seen him in tournaments, but I never got to bowl against him. I think that's going to be a fun matchup.
So my team is never gonna know this. Okay, fuck you.
No, I love bowling against you because I'm gonna watch that foul line, and I'm glad that I don't.
What? I don't foul.
Yeah. And now you know all you have to do is bring a Coke bottle down with you.
There you go. And I'm gonna mesmerize him with that Coke bottle, and I'm in his head.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I do enjoy bowling against Chris and those guys. We have a lot of fun bowling with him.
Me too. I love bowling against Chris.
Oh,
Leland, you lost.
2 out of 3, Chris. 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I enjoy bowling against pretty much everybody in the league. I mean, there's some new teams that I'm looking forward to getting to know and bowling with. Our team's always just been one of these fun-loving groups. We love bowling everybody. We're just glad to be there and have fun. So
well said. Well said.
Well, then that banquet league's going to fit right in with you guys.
my trophy, as long as I get the free alcohol, I'm happy.
There you go. Open bar.
With every excitement going on in your life, with all the memories you're having with your kids growing up, your daughter going off to college, and all that, what are you really excited for your future with everything growing up and getting
Grandbabies?
Well, not yet, but our oldest daughter's married and moving to Ireland, and then Caden, has his girlfriend him from Brazil, and then our youngest daughter Kira, she's just entering college now. So now that it's getting at that time, my wife and I are looking at surprisingly early retirement with her history of cancer and everything. It's going to be nice. Just me and my wife can retire and enjoy each other's company, and then move around and go around and see the kids and watch the kids grow with their families next. That's what I'm really looking forward to most.
wow,
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. No Coke bottles in your future, thankfully.
No, but I do have I do have plenty of other toys. Not for me.
Oh, for her.
Oh yeah.
Well, nowadays you can't say for her because everything unisex.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got some leftover toys that we're done with, Chris. I'll bring to you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Just don't swap with a Coke bottle. Oh my God.
Hey, Coke bottle free.
And there is Chris probing Rick.
Felt good. Thank you.
All right. And so now on to our favorite segment. I was actually kind of anticipating, I was waiting for the results of this. I'm kind of hoping, but here is Beat Mark's Pick.
Here we go with another segment of Beat Mark's Picks. To recap last week, last place goes to Mark.
Oh, no, not again.
4 wins, 3 losses. And
Aye.
one undetermined match. And then a tie for first place. Lee and Chris tied with 5 wins, 2 losses.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep. So overall record.
It's because Chris copied all my picks.
Now I went first.
Overall record, Chris and Lee tied with 22 wins, 9 losses.
Wow, more than double.
Yep, Mark holding the rear, 17 wins, 14 losses.
You're just doing this on purpose to make the biggest comeback in the history of comebacks.
Yeah, it's just giving you guys a slight cushion before we get into it.
I know it. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm just enjoying the ride while I'm still in first or tied for first.
Yeah, you know what? It's not easy when you got to pick 8 matches. You know.
Yeah, the last 2 times we did beat Mark's picks was like 5 or 6 picks. Now it's 8. So yeah, you're right. It ain't that easy.
Yeah, like Rick said, it's just trying to get to know all the new bowlers in the league. There is a lot of new bowlers, so it's like I look at it like it's a new pitcher, you know, and you got to get the first go around, you know, to see how good they are, and then take it from there, you know.
Sure. Speaking of pitching, currently the Rangers are on top. They look like they're about to advance Game 7 to the World Series.
Oh, wow.
So that's a time of taping. It's Monday night. I won't spoil it too much, if you haven't seen it yet, but it's looking pretty good. If you turn it to Fox 1, it's looking pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah,
yes,
so
that ought to be fun to be in the World Series.
Oh, yeah.
All those people that are working tonight and they're taping it to watch it at home, but they catch this podcast before they go home. Better way to screw it up, Lee.
Oh, yeah.
It's 10-2 right now.
As long as there's no Coke bottles involved.
Okay, it's 10-2 in the bottom of the 7th.
Well,
see there, Chris Coke bottled all of us.
Yep.
There you go. Well, I know Logan's not going to be happy, so maybe I'm glad he might not be
he's
with us because he's a huge Astro fan.
Oh no! Oh yeah. Crap.
He's really some match.
So you guys short a guy? Yeah, Logan's bowling.
He might because Caden has actually got a bug. He got really sick at work today. He works in the hospital, and I'm kind of we got him all medicated up, and I had to have him say, we need to get you out of here, dude. So he's at home now, and he's pretty sick. So I don't know if he's got the Rona again or he's got just a good old flu bug.
But is that common in your kind of field? Getting sick a lot?
It does happen. It goes in waves, and we've had a lot of staff members in and out the last couple of weeks with either COVID, strep, or flu. It's already running rampant pretty bad.
Yeah, because y'all are around 6 people day after day.
Yes, sir. Every day.
You're bound to get it.
Those are the sloppy seconds. That's the leftover Chris probes.
Wow. So this brings up the first match is Team 6, 3 fingers deep.
Oh, yeah. The first place team already.
Right, versus the S team. So now we've got a little bit of things to consider here. Possibly Logan bowling for 3 fingers deep.
Yeah, good intel. Good intel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll know about that tomorrow for sure, but I have a feeling it's going to be Logan.
Oof.
Right. So who's got what's the spread on it?
The spread in this game is they're giving 3 fingers deep, giving up 136 pins.
Oh,
what?
Yeah, it's going to be a 4-on-3.
So who's the S team? I don't know which one that is.
Diago, Chris Saunders, and Tina, my buddies.
They're all Chris proteges.
Okay.
And miraculously, we're in week 7, and they're still in the league. Chris has a habit of recruiting teams, and then they drop.
Well. Oh, okay. Chris, did you train these guys in any way or show them pointers? If you did, I'm not worried about it.
No, I actually didn't. Chris been bowling league since he was a child.
He was.
Diego just got bowling.
Bill Lish, of all people, from our old pro shop days.
Yes.
Okay. I'll know him when I see him. I just had to mess with you, Chris. I couldn't pass that one up. That was too good.
His wife Tina's bowling on the team, and she's been bowling pretty hot here lately in the last few weeks. So I don't know. You guys have been dominating so long. Every team has an off week, but I'm actually going to predict that you guys are still going to be on a hot streak, on a winning streak. I'm going with your team.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I got Rick to that team too.
Uh-oh. Is it going to be unanimous?
No way. Come on. This is the podcast curse.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yes, I'm going with the S team. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Rick, I believe in this podcast curse. I really do.
He's undefeated with these picks on the podcast curse.
I believe in Chris and Diego, but Chris just texted me he's in a slump. So I'm just gonna go by what he texted me, saying he sucks. So
Well, you never know, but like I said, I'm gonna do my best to prove the curse wrong tomorrow. And if not, I know I got George gonna carry something because he's probably gonna pop a 300 before long. I feel it coming.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
So I mean, you're picking your team.
Oh, I would definitely pick my team just because
Okay.
I got to prove Mark wrong. I just have.
Look at
Nice.
it's a 4. Remember, it's a 4-on-3.
Yeah, but we had a 120, 130 a week or so ago, and man, we knocked that off pretty quick.
Yeah.
Was that against Chris's team?
no, they haven't bowled us.
But we're coming.
Yes. All right. So next on the slate is Ricky and the Two Mix against team number 1. That lowly, who you calling a pinhead.
Go Pinhead.
And normally in a place like this, I'd pick against my team, but I got a feeling we worked out a few kinks because we all bowled pretty good last week. I think we hit nearly 2,100, which is pretty good in this league. I'm going with my team.
Okay.
And stunned silence.
It's just we all know your team.
Oh, yeah, we all know. Oh, Mark, what's the spread on this?
The spread here is 74 pins.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not as bad as I thought.
And I'll just say I'm going to go with Mike Henderson, Ricky, and Mike Ensline.
That's probably a good pick.
I'm gonna go for Lee's team. I got you. I believe in Peyton. I saw your ball last week, Lee, and your ball was really good. Your ball was really good. So,
Oh, thank you.
well,
I just see a lot of 10
My
pins.
bowling ball, it is.
yeah,
You stay away from me with that Coke ball.
can't knock him till you try it.
Oh, God.
Told y'all he liked it.
So what's your take, Rick? Who do you like?
Man, I know Ricky and those guys can be dangerous, but I saw something in Peyton and Lee last week. They teamed up, and I was like, I think Peyton's about to come out of that slump he's been in, and he's going to be a force to reckon with. So I'm going to have to go with Leland and Peyton also.
Okay.
And it's Greg, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
I want to call him Gary, and I don't know why, but it's Greg. That's
I
right.
do that all the time, too. I don't know. I guess it's the G's.
Very
But,
good.
They look. I mean,
but
they
you
look.
ought to watch. Oh, I'm
They
sorry,
look
Mark,
similar, right?
They're both, they'll tell
Short.
you they're both good looking men.
Yeah.
But you ought to be interested in what Gary bowls. Gary, you got me doing it. You ought to be interested in what Greg bowls because he's bowling against Caden in the big tournament.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
Well,
All
I
right.
hope he does good enough so y'all win, but not good enough he beats Caden.
Yes, I hear you. All right, Mark, who you got?
I told you I'd take. I'm going
Gary.
against you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did tell us that. You
Yeah.
got the curse. You're on the curse
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
All right. So next on the slate is Team 2 House Balls, currently in last, going up against Timmy, which is Chris's wife Camilla and Leland, and possibly Brianna may be making a comeback. Tim, who had surgery a couple weeks ago, who's home recovering, by the way, sent us some good updates and text message that he's home now, recovering, and hopes to be back bowling here in a couple months. But it was a pretty big surgery, so we're not sure, but so far so good.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to take. I'll be the first one to choose this one. I'm going to take those guys that throw the ball like 19 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm
That's
going to
low
go.
for them. They usually throw 24 sometimes.
Yeah. No, I'm going to go with the Hickeys and
Zach.
Taylor. Yeah, I keep doing it every single week, and they keep
Losing?
get L every time I take
losing.
this.
Yeah, they're losing. Yeah, losing.
Yeah. But they're going to do it this week because
Lose again?
they're going to win this week because they're bowling a Woodmansey,
Oh, man.
right?
What's the spread, Mark?
The spread in this is 189, but again, that's not with Brianna. So that's
That might even out more with Brown. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's 137, so that could change. Yeah,
It might be less than 100 once Brianna's swapped in.
yeah, I agree. But again, remember, they're bowling a Woodmansey.
Well, they also are bowling McDonald's, so I got to side with Leland. Come on, Chris.
I think I'm gonna have to agree. I think that Camilla, man, she's been throwing that ball nice. I bowled her
She
a couple weeks
has.
ago, and of course Leland's one of my nemesis, and he put it on me. So I saw how well he can do. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna go with one of the Woodmanties and Leland and those guys too.
Nice. All right, Chris, come on.
She was a lot better when she had her name hyphenated.
For tax purposes.
I got Camilla's team. I believe in her.
Hey, there you go. And Leland. Is that what it is? You can't side with Leland, but you just couldn't help it.
It's Camilla's.
I see. All right. So next on the slate, Team 8, which is Pin High. That's the Clays and Craig up against Team 9, Slate's Rockheads, second place team, normally dominant. Chris, you go first here.
What's the pin difference?
189 pins.
Fuck you.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's a full bowler.
That's like 3 bowlers.
That's a 200 bowler right there. That's a high average bowler.
Fuck. I got Slate Rockheads on this one.
I'm joining you as well. I'm going to pick Slate's Rockheads. I mean, if you're in second, there's a reason you're in second. So I'm going with Slate's Rockheads.
Jeez, I might as well go against you guys. This will be 4 straight.
Wow.
4 straight against you guys. Yeah, I was gonna say Slate's Rockheads, but 189, man. God, if that team can throw like 5 marks, they might be in trouble.
And Gino's been bowling pretty good with that new ball. So
yeah, he has, and they just got a new ball for Tina. So I'm going to take Team 8 there, Pin High.
Wow.
That's probably a good pick.
I just saw Neil and them have a little bit of an off week last week, considering what they normally bowl, and I think that's not going to happen 2 weeks in a row. So I really don't. I was when y'all started announce his lineup, I thought Neil and those guys are too dangerous. I can't go against them.
Good decision. Good decision. All right, next pair, Team 10. Put your thumb in it. This is Chris against Team 12. That is the men in the 10 pin. So this is a pretty good match.
Okay, so this is Gary the Leprechaun, Cody, and Sean.
Gary, who's been bowling pretty good, and Cody, who's been kind of up and down, but he had a good week, off week last week, but I think he's due to bounce back. What do you think, Rick?
Saw Gary pick up a wicked little split last week. Him and George both back-to-back picked up some splits, so they definitely have a potential. And their anchor, I forgot his name. I do apologize.
No
he's a solid bowler too. You just, when he shows up. But I'm gonna be honest. Chris is on fire right now, and I got to go with put your Coke bottle in it. I was
about to say you're so
perfect
sweet. If I can say that.
I love it. All right. What do you think, Mark?
I think Chris blew his load last week.
What?
I'm taking Team 12, the men in a 10 pin.
Oh. I'm going to go with Chris's team. They have been on fire.
And this is why Mark is in last place at his own game.
I actually think, though, that it's because of Phil. Phil started out with a low average, but he bowled 600 last week, and I got faith he's going to do it again. He's been on a hot streak, so I'm going to go with Phil and the Coke bottle.
Yeah, here's this thing. This guy, Phil, man, he averaged like 210, and then he moved on to Chris's team, and now he's, 186?
Yeah, he knows he don't have to stress out as hard.
The Chris effect.
Yeah, he got a real
Chris effect. Now we know what's behind it is the Coke bottle.
God, he's he's averaging like 184, and he ended the summer with like 210.
Well, because I tell him to keep his average down for the.
Oh God!
Oh, the handicap management.
He already did tell me this was the last season he was bowling with you.
Well, I mean, if it's gonna work, it's gonna work.
That's probably a true statement.
Yeah, you might be looking for 2 partners at midway through the season.
Every year, I'm looking for 2 partners.
All right, Chris.
I'm rolling for my team. Clearly, easy pick.
Yeah, like we had to ask. All right, next is Team 5. That is Mark's team. Slate's sloppy seconds against Team 4. Blame it on the alcohol. Now, here's another couple of high average teams going at it. What's the spread, Mark?
It depends on who's bowling because, they got the 4. And so it could be 73, could be 37. So It really is tough. But I'll pick first here. Boy, watching that team, and I don't know, Rick, if you've seen them, but they got one of the smoothest. That guy, Garrett Williams Jr., throws a really smooth ball. I mean, what's he, 220 average or something like that?
Highest average in the league. That's it.
Yeah. And so he's pretty solid. But, man, I've been impressed with Fred. It looks like Fred of the old days.
It does.
Coming back to life. So I'm a little worried about this. I'm actually going to blame it on the alcohol.
Wow. I can't remember the last time you didn't pick your team.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little worried. They're a good team, and I've been struggling a little bit. And we get Slate's Rockheads sloppy seconds, and they always destroy the team the week before, and then we get crushed, because they take it out on us. So
some intel on this team is we bowled 7 weeks. Carol has only bowled 2 of those weeks, so I'm getting more of a suspicion that she's the 4th bowler and James is the 3rd. Yeah. I might even swap them out on the lineup that way. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be the 37 pins with James bowling.
Yeah, and I'll just tell you, we've been like Slate's Rockheads punching bags because they kill one team the week before, and then that team takes it out on us next week.
The Slate's Rockheads Coke bottles.
Yeah.
All right. So I actually am going to side with Mark on this. They are bowling really good. Another reason why they're top 4. Fred has been bowling great. James actually bowled pretty good. And Garrett's average has been dropping it. It did actually start out at 240. Now it's in the low 220s. So it's hard to keep up a 240 average for one. But I think Garrett would tell you he could be bowling a lot better. So I think he's due for a good week. I know Ron always brings out the best in everybody because when they see Ron bowl, and as well as Mark and Kyle, but I'm going with Team 4.
Yeah, I'm going for Garrett's team as well.
I thought I would never go against Ron and Mark and Kyle, but I was thinking the same thing.
If you want to win, you
lose. Well, I was speaking of, I even mentioned Garrett earlier, man. That guy, man, throws a good ball. His whole team does. And, that one guy that's on their team, I don't know which one he is. He's like their first bowler. He does like a 1.5 step. He doesn't take but like 1.5, 2 steps also. He's
right. Yeah.
He throws a good ball. They all throw a really clean ball. They're middle guy and everything. And I've seen Garrett in tournaments. I've never got to bowl really against him, so I'm looking forward to it. But I'm going to have to go with it too. Be unanimous. I think that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't believe I'm going against Ron and Mark and Kyle, but I'm going to have to.
Good choice.
Yeah,
that's unanimous pick.
And I was going to say that first guy had 5 steps the first week, and then he caught a glimpse of you, Rick, and pushed it, and now he's at 2.
He got the secret.
Well, and they can put up some numbers, man. I've been watching them, and even in their off weeks, they're still dangerous.
Yeah. Good deal. Good deal there. All right. So next is 15 against 13. That's OG. I love that name. OG against BD in the pocket. Chris's favorite team name.
Big dude.
Well, no, I kind of think I have a feeling why I think he likes that name now.
Well, I got BD. This is an easy pick for me. I got BD all the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because it's just the only part I don't like is that OG still has yet to get that 3rd bowler. They've been using subs, so it's a mystery. So I'm going with BD in the pocket as well.
I'm going to take OG. I'm going to take Patrick and.
This is why Mark is sucking.
Yeah, I feel Larry Crenshaw or is it Larry Crenshaw or who was it that bowled for them last week? Was it Larry?
George Crenshaw.
George. I'm sorry, George. Yeah, George bowled for them last week, and they all got into it. So I'm hoping that he bowls with them again, and I think
Me too.
He does, yeah, I think he's got.
He officially joins. I do too.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'll jump on with you, Mark, and I'll go with you on that. We'll split this one with them, and we'll go.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Mark, Rick just felt sorry.
No, I just that Patrick is fun to watch, man. I love bowling that dude.
I do too.
And
I really like Patrick.
When he gets going, man, you got to watch him. He'll put up some numbers. So let's go.
Now,
I'll go.
Yeah, I got to say, like Chris's team always used to finish last every week, and but this Patrick's team, I mean, even when there's just 2 of them bowling, that team will finish last.
Yeah,
he drills his foot into the approach before he bowls, and
he does.
Yeah, and then he'll do his music, and man, he's into it.
He is. I like that though. He's consistent with it.
He zones out.
He's in the zone. Exactly. I love it. All right. Last but not least, Team 16. almost empty nest. They're climbing out of the gutter and moved up another spot this past week, even though they only split. Going up against Wicked Trio, Team 3. It's Amanda, Larry, and Tim. Amanda and Larry have been bowling really good, but Tim's bowling really, really good. He started out with a 140, but he's been averaging 180, 190s here the last couple of weeks. So I'm thinking they're going to be on that same hot streak. I'm going to pick Wicked Trio here.
Okay, I'm going to take going the opposite of you.
It's like almost every pick.
Yeah.
Every. Do you
Look
not want to win?
I'm going with Empty Nest on this one. I just, like you said, they're bowling better.
They get a lot of handicap, too.
137 pins for this match.
Wow.
So I'm going to give them a shot here, just like I did the house balls. I think this team's going to finally win a match.
Nice.
Well, I got. It's a Rangers game. I got Larry's team because I bowl against them, and they are guys on their side because they're the most luckiest team I've ever seen. So
I think I'll side with you on this one, Mark, one more time. Just that way, if I lose 2, then I can say, well, it's Mark's fault.
Yeah, he could have.
That's perfect. All right, those are the picks. But I got to say, this has been a hell of a podcast. Probably one of our most memorable we've ever done. I'm going to mark this one special on the sheet. Season 6, episode 7 is going to go down in history.
Nice. Well, I hope I didn't talk too much. I made it go too long. My bad.
No. You were perfect. You were perfect. I thank you.
It'd be. We might see a lot of Coke bottles down at the lanes tomorrow night.
I'm just going to stop by the store on the way in.
All right, real quick, we got a couple of bowlers of the week. Mr. Nick Hickey made bowler of the week. We're bowling 111 pins over his average, so congrats, Nick. You did great. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Bowler of the week, Greg Carlton, honorable mention, bowled 89 pins above, and Tim Christie bowled 83 pins above. So good job, gentlemen. For the ladies, Amanda Cunningham, 35 pins over. And kudos to Nancy Davis for 33 over. And Tina Saunders, another week she's made the list, 29 pins over. So congrats to the ladies. And I swear at one point I will get my stuff together and we will get an update on the Woodmansey Award. Of course, we can't never forget the good old Woodmansey Award. So we will get an update for you soon, probably once the big bracket is done. All right, gentlemen, that's about it. Again, Rick, thank you so much for joining tonight, buddy. It was a pleasure, and it was the most fun I had on the podcast and probably the whole time.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for having me. It's been a blast. I've been looking forward to this.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to have you again.
Oh,
yes,
please.
sir.
Maybe in 4 weeks after that slump. We'll get you for another 4 weeks.
Well, if it's after the slump, just have me on next week because my slump was last week, so I'm gonna get out of it.
There you go. We broke it.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Rick, for being our guest. And guys, I hope you all enjoy the podcast. We've been doing this for a very long time, and we love doing it every week for y'all and giving you updates of JV Trio. Thank you for being part of this fall season. Stay tuned for next time as we update you on the brackets, update you on my team, because that's all y'all care about. We all know that. All right, so I guess tune in next week for me, and if you do not come back, you will see a Coke ball in your future.
Chris's outro, sponsored by Coke. Just hope it's not cherry Coke.
It might fit. Smell better.
Oh, okay. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Later.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Thanks again, Rick.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Appreciate y'all.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.